Let's go. Okay, can everybody hear me now? This is so strange because the team could hear us fine when we were doing the call before. So how come it's not picking up in Twitch? We don't know.
Yay!
All right, guys. Apologies, technical difficulties.
I have the magic mic, it looks like.
This is our first video AMA. We wish we could use Discord, so we're doing this now. Just again, put our faces out there. From now on, we won't have to do these video AMAs. Hopefully, we had some fun in this process. Okay, sorry. All right, let me start over. I apologize for the delay. I'm actually going to bring up the AMA here so I can see the questions as they come up. There are none still, so let me start with the vision. All right. And again, let me also offer again, in case you guys missed it because my voice was quiet. We have an Easter egg in the structure of the product. An Easter egg means that there's some inside joke for that the creator creates, or some contradiction. So I'm offering a whitelist for those that figure it out. No one has brought it up. No one, even the team, actually knows about this. And and also, if anybody who is whitelisted or even a mod or whatever, I haven't told anybody, wants to guess, happy to consider all answers. But we will give the first person who's not whitelisted in our Discord that, so you can go to Easter egg. All right. Apologies for the delays. Let me tell you about the vision of why we created CollectiVerse. When we are all investors in the space like you, and so the reason we started this project is because we've been rugged ourselves, we've lost money, and it seems like we've just been okay with this. And for our standpoint, and my standpoint personally, I'm not. I feel like it's not something that we should be just accepting as a fact of life. This is a phenomenal space. This is the future of finance. And we have these ridiculous founders that are just rugging and not in respecting our money. So we decided a way to fix that was to put DeFi within a metaverse, where we are creating a no-code DeFi platform that allows us to control the key elements that would prevent a project owner from stealing, rugging, and basically they can't pull the contracts. We manage the contracts. We're putting our faces out there. We're fully doxxed. We want to be there, that we're going to be protecting the ecosystem that's within our metaverse, but let the creativity be as much as you guys want through our no-code DeFi platform. And obviously we're going to have to build that over time, but the thinking is we could all give a platform, not a project. We are not just a project in the standpoint that you're going to go and invest in a one-time project, a platform where there hopefully be many Web3 communities, many projects that launch on our platform, new innovations, and very exciting elements that are in there. And to be honest, it was with Hami that we sort of created the whole framework around the planets. We thought that was an actually really interesting way to get people to think in a way that is starting from zero. When you go to space, there's nothing there. When you see the land rover on Mars, there's nothing. You don't have the buildings. You don't have the framework that you have on Earth, where you have some sense of what exists. There's no boundaries. And look, at one point in time, that's how the world was. Earth was. There was no, there were no nations. There was no buildings. We were just, it was open, and we had our chance to rebuild from zero. We want to give you all that chance to teach us about society, the best way to build governance, the way to build consensus, tokenomics, economy. We want you to show us, and through multiple simulations on each planet, of how to do this in a way that we can learn as a group, as an ecosystem that can then eventually give us, CollectiVerse, a voice in space. That's where Generation 2 comes, because we can then go and build something on another planet, on Mars or the moon, and we're not relying on Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or USA or China to tell us how to do it. We can have real data to go in there and share that vision and information of what is working and what's not. Because let's face it, folks, the people who are running this world today are not doing it so well. Look at our central banks. Look at our systems. There's a lot of issues there, right? We have a lot of problems in these systems, and they're just making it up as they go. So we're going to build a framework with Rocket is not something where we're managing and we're going to print more money as we think fit. It's all programmatic. You will have control of how you run your own planets, but we, as sort of like the equivalent to like the US dollar in today's economy, will ensure that you don't have to worry about there being some underlying basis token that's going to be run poorly. You can ensure that that's going to be stable, and then you can then build your projects and then exit into that particular token. So I've spoken a lot. I will stop. I don't know if there's been a lot of any questions here. So do we have any questions? I don't see anything in the anyway. So I hope if we're at a point where no one has any questions in the AMA, we can just sort of let each person on the team talk. I mean, we have a few questions in there from before, but they're pretty much. Let me just see it in the other AMA.
I also asked on Twitch if anyone has questions.
Okay. Hami, why don't you speak a little? Why don't you talk about the system and tell our vision, and then Rogers, you can talk about the vision, and then we'll let Natalie talk about the marketing strategy. I'll go mute.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, this vision started a long time ago. Back in 2017, when we created one of the first NFT marketplace back then. I was like, what can we mint out there? Right? So, and like I have this always been fascinated by space, and always wanted to, protect the Earth, right, from meteor and like impact, right? So basically, there's been there was this idea of like having the whole universe lazy minting, and then to scale it down in a way, like, there's like an education program to it. There's a vision that is going to come in different phases, but the idea is that we don't depend on other entities. We can actually have a voice in space. We can actually like be part of this, right? So yeah, and I think like it wasn't ready back in 2017. Like, the vision wasn't like, and I didn't have we didn't have the team to do this. And then like, and what, Cole brought all the DeFi into this, and like letting people, like, it's being like a real democracy, and a full democracy, and a full like system that you can just decide and control and like experiment with it. And so there's an education part to it where, I really feel like when people will get like, I want like new generations to get this epiphany of like, well, the Earth is small, and we're all on this rock in space, like, on the spaceship together, like, and we want to zoom out and have a feeling of like, let's protect this Earth and let's be one, right? Let's be a community here. So, I mean, it sounds like philosophical, and it sounds like maybe a little too grand sometimes, but we all have like this, like, basically all the planetary system here, like we have database from NASA, we have database from EBOS that like did a full survey 3D model of like the whole universe, and there's metadata for each of those. So this is a useful for science, and it needs to, and then we can also have the parallel universe string theory thought into like, this is the real world, let's zoom out, let's see all of it. But then we can also like create a fantastic the creative part to this is very, very important. I should talk here, right? This is my camera.
Yeah, we're not used to doing video AMAs.
Show that's moving from cameras. But yeah, so so this has been like a vision that I grew up with. Like, I mean, my dog growing up name was Gaia, right? So there's always been like a fascination, and I'm from like a UNESCO protected sky where you can see the Milky Way every day, right? Every night. But basically, like a lot of kids out there, anybody in the city, they don't have that sense of the epiphany of like the grand scale of the universe. And this is what animate like the core like vision for that's really like spark up for me is the to create this epiphany for new generations.
So Hami,
And then not the financial. We're talking about the finance. Yeah, go ahead.
to ask you a very particular question, tell us a little bit about, because you're building the systems. Tell us what the status of that system. You know, a lot of people have talked about expressed concerns or like surprise about the complexity of the system. Why don't you share some thoughts on where we are in the status of the design of that system, and why you think we're going to be able to implement that faster? And maybe Rogers, you can chime in too on why we think we can implement that faster than what seems to be a very, very significant project.
Well, so we have already built the fractionalizer. We have the NFT minter already, right? We have the fractionalizer into different tokens, right? Yes, and then we have like a governance system already that we can like then improve and add on. We've been working with smart contracts since like 2017, like Solidity, like we've been like in this space for a long time. So we have a lot of like those elements that we have built throughout the years that and the architecture, we've done a lot of architectures on many different projects and so there's so yeah, basically what we're doing, and we're doing it in phases, right? Because it just makes sense to build upon, and then some of the other phases there's going to be like through the governance, the verse, we're going to be able to like decide on like directions of this project. This is we're all in this together, right? So there's going to be like voting for like the different phases, but yeah, we can we're already far along. We brought in like developers that have been doing like DeFi, like significant DeFi projects, so that we will announce later. So yeah, we have a lot of the blocks already built, already connected. And basically we're not reinventing the wheel here. We're just making it better and like creating a system that is scalable. Right. And yeah, so do you want me to give the actual time frame?
No. I mean, well, okay. Well, we can talk about the time frame in a second, but I'm saying I think the point being is we're creating a new engine, but what we're doing versus what's typically been out there is we're creating a mechanism that lets you build a person with no code to build each of these projects and these NFTs without having to know how to code or without having expertise in this space. And so we are reinventing the space by letting that happen, but you're right. Each element that we are connecting is like glue, where we're not having to build everything. And of course, we already have the IP around the fractionalizer and around all these other elements that we're bringing to the table, so that's ready to go. But yes, I think the point is that what we're making is a platform versus each piece separately, and what we're doing is we're gluing it together in a very powerful way as a platform. And again, I've used those references. We're like a Shopify for DeFi, or we're Squarespace or Webflow for building websites, where you can do it without needing those things. Yeah, Hami, just maybe Rogers, because you haven't spoken yet, and then Rogers, why don't you share some thoughts on the time frame that we're looking to have something ready? There's also obviously some questions around audits. And maybe just say, Hami mentioned team. What do you think about the time frame in terms of like, what's the thinking? Why haven't we announced it and so forth? Why don't you share some information there?
Yeah, with the entering of the two new developers that we're bringing in.
You're muted.
No, he's not.
No, I'm not.
I hear him.
No.
Hey, and please see if everybody can hear me.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah.
Lower the
Okay.
speaker.
We're
I
good.
can't
You're
hear
good.
you.
No, yeah, I don't know why.
You're
but,
muted. I see the
He's-
mute thing on your. Wait.
no, I think it's just coming from Discord itself.
Yeah,
But it's
people
fine.
say they hear you.
Go ahead, Rogers.
Yeah.
We hear him. Everybody hears
Okay.
him.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So what I was saying is that we have
Crazy
two
stuff.
new developers on the team that will help
I had
out
a question.
us to bring the vision forward in a very
That's-
fast pace, right? So then we
Yeah, I
would
got those.
have
I see those.
with just me in the team. So that's a great news. We're going to announce them very soon
No, I'm asking
after
you
the
a marketing
QIC.
question first. Okay, I can answer that question.
And
Answer this guy's question.
and yeah, so we already have some systems set up. All right, so we have the vision, we have the design, we have the base to run this project. Of course, the new phases that will come up, there will be more challenges to solve, but we're already stepping in, researching, and making sure that we have every single piece to make this puzzle ready to go, and a real no-code DeFi platform. Okay, so that's what we have, and why I think that this is going to be done in a timely fashion is the team that we have. It's pretty strong.
And so just to clarify one thing again, Roger said we have two people that are working on. They've fully doxed, they've video doxing. I've seen their IDs, but we are not announcing them to the team only because we are waiting for a formal KYC, which is again aligns with what we want to build here. So once they're KYC'd, we will let them know. These are both people that have built multiple projects across DeFi. So we're confident they can deliver. I mean, it's a very different of getting on a coder versus someone who delivers product. And I've always valued the athlete in a team that knows how to take something from zero to the end, because anybody can build and code, but no one knows how to go from zero. Very few people know how to go from zero to end product. And when you see that, even if they're just relatively new, that's an important quality that you always look for in a developer, as opposed to just having someone that has a lot of experience. So that's my 2 cents. Thank you, Rogers. Is there anything else you want to add, Rogers, or could we jump to the next question? Now you're
I
muted.
want to add that I'm pretty excited. This is something like said we discussed a long time ago, 2017, and it's becoming reality. So yeah.
Okay. Very good.
This is great.
Thank you, Rogers. Okay, so we've had some questions in the in Twitch as well as Discord. So I will answer. We'll bring those up. This is from I don't know if this person is in their Discord ID, but it's Tarber. The question is, I'm passionate about space and astronomy, and I would like to know if it will be closely linked with the space domain, like theory or physical laws. So now you're speaking Hami's language. This is what Hami is very, very focused on, being very scientifically focused. And in fact, I'm not going to even let him speak because he'll probably take up the rest of the Discord, the AMA talking about this.
Too late, I'm jumping in. It's gonna
You're
follow
so
exactly
passionate about this, I know. So,
database and EBOS, yeah.
yes. So we are
Yeah,
taking
it is, actually.
yes. So look, I mean, if we told you about all the things we're thinking about on this platform, I mean, people already think we're crazy, but you would think we're like literally, I mean, like out of like aliens. So let's be. You can turn that lock off. So to be honest, we want to build a framework that is scientifically based, so that students and universities and research scientists can come to CollectiVerse and experiment and use this platform as a way to learn, as a way to experiment, as a way to brainstorm. And that's again goes to where what we're trying to build. And I'm gonna let Natalie talk about this, Buddha talk about this in a second, but one thing that's really, really important to us, and we're already trying to do, is that we're not just trying to build a project as a standalone business. We see this as bringing together Web3 communities across the way. So basically, DeFi communities, NFT communities. We want them to join our Discord. We want them to come and start talking about these things and build a planet and engage with us. And we want to be a community of communities where we can all work together and create together. Not, hey, CollectiVerse did this. It's that we all built a better DeFi together. And we can't do this alone. We're not going to go and be, we need all of you. And just, look, I know everybody's been trying to get whitelist and people trying to do so many things. Folks, please don't worry about that. You are all, if you're here now, you are the founders. We are labeled the founders, but it's you all as the community are the founders of this company, of this project, of this platform. And we need you to build this. We can't do it alone. And we need Web3 communities come in here and help us build this. And we're relying on you. So we will reward you for doing that. So don't worry. Instead of asking us, how do I get whitelist? Tell us what you can do to make us a better project, a better platform. Who can you connect us? What Web3 communities can you connect us? What teams can you make? Which friends can you bring? We need your help. And we're looking forward to that. So I hope I answered your question. If not, please do that. We've had also another question. Where are we based? We are. A lot of the team is scattered around the world. Some of us are in the States. We have people everywhere. So our team is truly global. And that is why, by the way, because the community is so strong and because our team is so strong, we have been asking the white paper to be translated in potentially every language possible, and we're giving a whitelist for that. You can check in our channel there. We believe this has to be communicated to anybody and everybody that wants that. I'm
from Canada, the French side, and live in Key West, and so yeah, and I was just in NFT Miami, okay. And everybody that I showed the project to, and I'm going back for Bitcoin. It's like a few hours away from here, and I'm going back to Bitcoin Miami because right now it's buzzing. A lot of great connections there. People love the project. So
Hami, since you're bringing up the conference, I have a question in our AMA. How did the NFT conference go this past weekend? So I'll let you answer that one.
Well, I think I prefer I go to a lot of them, and we're gonna be there also for NFT NYC. The conference, I've been to Crypto Experience Miami. It was more a smaller, very narrow subject, and I was more feeling you were in classes. There was a lot of different classes, back to college, and you're oh, I want to learn about this very specific topic. So NFT Miami was a beginning edition there, but it was part of the Bitcoin Miami, I think. So so yeah, if I would tell the organizer of that as it was just a big stage and more a promoting crypto and NFT in general, it's good. But yeah, there was a lot of people, a lot of energy, and then the whole week, I think it's 5 million people that are coming to Miami, and some crazy number. I don't quote me on that, but yeah, there's a lot of buzzing going on, and everybody that I gave the QR code of CollectiVerse to probably 200 people, let's say, or so, and gave them the nutshell and moved my arm and explained the whole thing, right? Because I'm a little passionate about it. But yeah, everybody really loved the concept and the potential of this and the idea behind it. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
Thanks.
It's fun. A lot of great people.
Thanks, Hami. And I hope you can see, guys, everybody on here, that we're really passionate about this project, and we're gonna give our heart and souls to this. We have a question. Finally, I actually wanted to give this sooner, but Buddha was saying answer the questions in order. So we have a question from Mailboy in Twitch that says, "Have you got some marketing plans for the future?" Buddha?
Yeah, no, we definitely do. We wholeheartedly acknowledge that and apologize that we haven't released plans for any of our partnerships, collaborations yet. it's been an overwhelming response that we've gotten since we've launched the Discord and released the white paper. My background is I'm a marketing expert. I've been doing it for over a decade, and I've never seen such a strong response to an idea, a platform. And that's what really propelled us to take a step back and be like, we want to build partnerships, collaborations that really align with our values. CollectiVerse is here to stay for the longer haul. We're sustainable. We have very strong values and pillars that we align ourselves with. As you guys all know, security being one of them. So we want to go above and beyond just the traditional, hey, let's do a retweet, whitelist giveaway. That's what, the majority of other projects do. And we're different, and we want to build communities. So individuals or teams that can bring on communities that can connect with us and also help be advocates for us, be engaging. So promise we'll be following up with more on that soon, but that's what's been taking us a bit of a longer time.
So Buddha, how what's the best way that people should reach out to you and connect with you if they are interested in a collaboration or partnership?
So we have, I believe we have 2 channels in Discord. One is marketing, one is collaborations and partnerships. Post in there. We are going to review everyone's message and details. I go above and beyond where, I'll go through everyone's Twitter accounts. I'll look through your YouTube. I want to make sure you guys have a strong following, an engaging following. So we are doing our due diligence on our part. And if we are interested, we'll be reaching out. But as I mentioned, there are going to be some ideas, parameters, guidelines, whatever you may call it, that we will be releasing around the type of partnerships that we want to align ourselves with. So look out for that in the coming out soon.
And so they shouldn't DM you?
No.
Okay. All right. And one last question. You talked about web communities and how can what are we looking for? What is the how would they participate if there are communities there? What would they explain that more in case people haven't experienced it?
Yeah, so it's bringing in your community. So, a lot of people reach out to me saying like, hey, like I have this following, but is this following engaged? What are they doing? Are you just out there just for the whitelist? Like we want people to contribute because as Cole mentioned, like we're all founders of this project. This is not like a one hit and move on. Like it's here for the long term. So if you do have that community that is sustainable and strong and will advocate for us and wants to be part of our values and missions, then sign up. Like we're
as a team, right?
As a team, yeah.
Right.
We're definitely interested.
Okay.
So yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question on the AMA channel. Can you please give us an intro of each one of you, a little bit about your background, and how did you all come together? So I'll start and then let everybody go. My background, I've been in business for quite a while. To me, first of all, I should say integrity is number one more than anything. I don't believe you can do business in this space for a long time or in any space without being integrity and speaking your word. So that's important. I just want to put that out there. But my background is I worked on Wall Street for 5 years, Credit Suisse and Merrill Lynch at the time, which is Bank of America Merrill Lynch. I was a derivatives trader on the fixed income interest rate side. I did mortgage derivatives, interest rate swaps. I did structured derivatives. So I know this space well. I also have a master's in business from University of Chicago Booth. So I then left Booth because, I left Wall Street. The money was easy, but it was actually that I wanted to do more. I wanted to build. So I started up a company. It was the hardest experience I ever experienced of building my first business. I knew nothing about it. I was lucky to find someone that wanted to buy the IP at the time. And then I had, from those connections, I started a company called Tervella, which then launched. We sold that to Box. And since then, I've been building AI products, NLP. It's sort of like doing different products with different folks, teams, I should say. And I got into crypto then about 5 years back. I've been following the space. I actually got into the space about 5 years back. I became an advocate. What really got me into it more deeply was DeFi. I was blown away by DeFi. I saw like how these AMMs work and these DEXs, and I was like, oh my God, this is the new space. But at the same time, I couldn't believe how Wild West it was in terms of the investor security. So that was the impetus and inspiration for launching the company. Why don't you go, Budaba, in your background?
Yeah. So, as I already mentioned, I've been doing marketing now for 10 plus years. I have a bachelor's of business administration from University of Michigan, the Ross School of Business. So I did marketing for a lot of big companies for the first 10 years and got a lot of experience there. But for anyone that's worked at a large company knows that if you really want to make an impact, you got to go and do something on your own. So that's what's really led me here to CollectiVerse. I'm also the CMO and co-founder of another company in the prop tech space. I'm really passionate about building, as I mentioned, communities, a strong brand identity for a company. I think that we're all here in this world to make an impact, and a lot of companies just take. So I really want to align myself with companies and brands that really want to give back and future-proof the world for other generations. So yeah, I'm really passionate about what I do. I always have the customer forefront. I've spent a lot of time with leaders that have egos and only want to push their own agenda, and I'm the one in the room that's like, nope, that's not right for the customer. What's right for them? So I definitely advocate for us all. And yeah, so that's about it.
Thank you. Hami. You're on mute, Hami.
All right, here I am. So I studied. So that's like 20 years ago already. I studied in Montreal, Salette College, and I have a major in graphic design and a minor in web development. And I mean, back then, it was like Macromedia Flash and Dreamweaver and like just very basic stuff. And so everything changed since. But yeah, I've been developing since we've been like like 18 years now that I've been running my my web and the web app development company, and then we move into the SaaS and then move into the blockchain. 2017 created one of with Rogers. Like Rogers and I have been working together for over 16 years now, 17 years. I keep saying 15 years, but I think
it's 15 years.
Is it 15? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Okay. I guess I had miscalculated before. But yeah, so we kind of got into space we started, we tried to create an ICO project at the time where we weren't sure like what was happening with the ICO project. We're trying to create and that didn't work because the ICO was there was too many bad actors in the space. And so we retired that and then did one of the first marketplace, NFT marketplace. It was the sixth one actually. And we're the 29th, like 9 days after Ether Rock, basically, because we took some time off for Christmas and vacation. So 9 days. But anyway, so so I've then after that, like worked on a lot of different projects, it's been evolving like Web3 now. It's been like our thing like for a long time now. And that's what else. I have also hobbies. You want to talk about my hobbies?
Yeah, Hami can talk for 1 hour and do the AMA by himself. So we have to.
You're muted.
Yeah.
You're muted.
Oh. Sorry. Thank you. So I said Hami could talk for 1 hour, and he could take over this AMA without us. If that's what Hami's like, should I take the lead? I'm like, no. Okay. We want. So Hami's great. Hami is one of the smartest guys I've met, and I met a lot of smart guys on Wall Street.
I'm blushing.
Yeah, you are, man, you are. I met a lot of smart guys on Wall Street in crypto. He is so
You're very
impressive.
smart.
I mean,
Cole is smarter.
There's so much love.
oh my God,
So much
I love you,
love.
bro. Yeah. We love. Okay, Rogers, go ahead. Okay, before people start thinking something like, yeah, this is a love fashion project. Okay, Rogers,
So
go ahead, mate.
I'm from Brazil, and been working in web development, like I said, for over 15 years, and I met Ami working for a company together, and then we get out of the company and started working together since. And Ami said everything about me, because my history in this space is his history. So we built our first project together back in when NFT was not called NFTs, and that's it. I'm excited. Oh, I have in terms of background, I have a bachelor in electronics and coding and programming. So that's me.
Thank you, Rogers. So then the question of how we met. So I'll lay this out, because obviously Hami and Rogers already talked how they met. So I've known Natalie for a few years from New York City. We met there, and I was very impressed with her abilities to the marketing side. Like I used her in previous companies, and she asked me questions that I was like, and I've been in business for a while. She asked me questions that I just didn't even understand. I was like, what does that mean? And so I knew when we were starting this project, even though she actually didn't have crypto experience, I wanted a fresh approach to marketing. I didn't want someone that's just going to do the same old, same old. I wanted someone that could take this space and look at it from a clean slate. And I'm going to keep saying this, folks, a clean slate, because that matters. Because when you take things that are almost working, but they're still not, anybody can learn from what's almost working and then say, okay, what can be better? But if you're doing it in that way and you're stuck in your way, that's the only way you're going to operate. So I wanted to bring someone from outside of this space to take a fresh look at the market and say, how can we collaborate better? How can we market better? And so, she was sort of one of the one that suggested using these collaborations with teams and so forth. And we're going to do some more things around those collaborations that are very interesting. We've just started on that. So I
think also I've been helpful in or hopefully trying to get people to understand CollectiVerse, because this was definitely Cole's brainchild, and Hami's and the teams, and when I first read the white paper, I'm like, what the heck is this? So I'm definitely
we're getting a lot of that feedback. Yeah.
I'm definitely I try to be the filter of simplifying for everyone.
Yes,
in this,
you have.
So.
You've done a great job on that. Thank you. I had started. So it's interesting. This is a very interesting story. Hami had started CollectiVerse well before 2008, but it was just going to be an NFT project. I started a project called Galactica DAO before I met Hami. And I had some of the same visions around the DeFi piece, and had written up a white paper and so forth. And then I met Hami, and he literally blew my mind in terms of how we can do this in some other ways, including incorporating some of the NFTs. And together, we then started brainstorming how to take it to another level of what each of us had. So, we sort of like, this is sort of we're like a band. It's McCartney and Lennon here. I don't know which is which sometimes, but yeah, we're like a band here. And hopefully we make hopefully we have Ringo Starr. Like, I mean, Rogers is definitely Ringo for sure. yeah. And
I was really thinking about it.
Yeah, we are. So we're a team in that way, same way, and hopefully we make beautiful music together. And like, so far the feedback has been amazing, and like I said, we'll learn and grow just like the Beatles did back then. So hopefully that answers your question. If there's any more, great. I have another question in the AMA is like, will there be a summary of the project? To be honest, there isn't. There is AI that can transcribe it. Either we can do that automatically in English, and then let and someone wants to translate it, we're happy if
Well, we'll have the live stream.
we'll have the live stream recorded, but they want it to be a written summary, like a summary. So look, how about this? If this was compelling enough, and you can not include the parts that was the part where we couldn't even communicate with you guys, the IT problems. Sure, summarize it, guys. If you can, folks. I'm sorry, I'm saying guys. It's right natural, but if you provide a summary, would love to. Maybe they'll consider that definitely as a contribution, and we'll discuss among the team, the community managers, if that should be a whitelist. So please go ahead and do it. But we would love to get a summary. And hopefully you guys do this. You all do this for the love of the passion of the project, like we have. And again, one thing, that's why the merit system is implemented, or it's being noted, but it's going to be actually implemented, and so you'll see it soon, hopefully. Is that I don't want it to just be whitelist, and then you guys all leave. I want it to be that you are rewarded on a consistent basis on contributions to this project, and I promise you again, we will reward you. If you believe in any of us, we're putting our faces out there. We will find a way to make sure our members are taken care of. And look, we want you guys to generate wealth. We know that's why you're here, but you are here also. Your names are going to be part of the founding members of the CollectiVerse. That I think if it does what we hope it does and achieves, you will be one of those founding members, and you can be proud of it. And if you make those contributions, your name will forever be in that merit system that we're building, that leaderboard. You will always be recognized. That's why we're creating that system and that transparency of the merit systems, because we want everybody here to have transparent recognition of what they're doing, not just now, but in the future. Like someone can go back and see through a very transparent way of what this Discord user did and what they provided to the CollectiVerse. So we're excited about enabling that. There was a good question from Miss Crackle, I believe, in the Twitch.
Oh yeah, the user.
Can
you walk us through an example?
So this is from Miss Crackle, our amazing community manager. Thank you, Miss Crackle, for all that you do. Can you walk us through an example? Okay, now before I finish this, I want to thank the mods and the team and PSV. They've been amazing, and I apologize for not bringing this up before. Community managers, mods, the ambassadors, you have done a phenomenal job. We would have been a disaster without you. This definitely exploded faster than we were ready. Thank you for everything you've done to this. If I tell you what we're trying to change up so many things, and what these guys are doing when they hear what I throw out there and we throw out there, they're just like, wait, what? You want to do that? And it's amazing. And I want to, and so give a little round of applause here, virtual, that you guys are doing great. Congratulations. We really appreciate all that you do. So thank you. All right, Ms. Crackle, your question. Can you walk through an example of how a user will come on board and what the experience would be like? Sure. If I said this, so the most powerful way to experience CollectiVerse is through the planetary governance tokens. It's the fractional governance tokens. That is how you will participate in every powerful element we're talking about of creating societies, making decisions, deciding on tokenomics. It's how you will have your connection with a real project and say that you helped to build that. It's how you will have a say in what happens in a project. So usually you go to Discord and you have a team leader that's telling you how things should be done. This is your chance to have a say as part of that team of how it should be done. You can elect team leaders. You'll be able to vote on certain things. So the planetary governance tokens is the first and foremost key way. Prior to that, you would want to identify one or two teams, probably not too many, because if you want to take a fully diverse play on this, eventually the Verse token is probably your best way to diversify. But I don't want to provide you your investment strategy, but likely you probably want to choose 1 or 2 teams where you can spend time, where you can work with those teams, where you can be involved, where you can just again build a project, build that society, build your land eventually on those places. And then the thinking is once you have this planetary governance, you'll be able to earn yield. That's where the yield comes in, where on an APR basis, annualized basis, it's 91%. It's, like I said, it's guaranteed. I shouldn't say guaranteed, but it's them funds are backed by for 9 months. What if you make changes to the tokenomics, that could change. So I don't expect folks to make some massive changes between now and then, and there's going to be additional revenue based on what happens within your planet. So we're fairly confident that those rewards are there for you. So when you do those changes, when you make those adjustments, you'll see your exchange rates change. You'll see how your planet's doing. You'll be able to sell merchandise. We're going to provide a way to go and sell merchandise to the outside, and that gives you planetary rocket. Look, if you figure out a way to get people to want your planet rocket, that's real money to you. I mean, that is real money. Whether you sell it in the real world, whether you sell a service to the real world and the funds come back in Planet Rocket, or whether you provide a service within the metaverse, like some folks are talking about, or whether you sell UI services. Like, think about, someone should start an Upwork within the metaverse, within the CollectiVerse. Someone should start different things. Take what's out there in the real world and offer it within the metaverse. I think there'll be some very cool. Someone should have a Fiverr within the metaverse. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm just throwing stuff out. I don't know. I don't want to put ideas out there, but love to see your ingenuity and what you come up with.
Events,
yeah,
and
like
concerts and
those stuff. If anybody in your
games.
if anybody's a musician in your collective, you can have cool concerts that are virtual and charge a little for it in your token. So we will do our best to make all that viable so that you can have fun, but you can also it's educational, and you can learn, and you can make wealth at the same time. That's the goal, and we're gonna work on that. In terms of the next step, is that once you have your general yield, you have the planetary governance token. The next thing you can do is you can once a planet sells out of all their planetary governance, they will have the ability to then start terraforming. And the reason why we did that is we want to create a little fun competition between planets, that if you get there first, if you get those planets sold out, you'll then be able to start terraforming, which will give you a little advantage, because one, it brings you more money. So every terraforming time, you'll get more cash to then do more things. You'll also have you'll have your land NFTs sooner, which you can do some. Eventually, you're gonna figure out some utility around there as well before even the metaverse launches. So that's the other aspect, and then I think that covers most of the utility, of there. And then when Verse launches, you'll be able to participate in Verse. We will offer some form of pre-sale, which will be based on likely allocation or discount will be based on the merit system. So that's why if you have to stay active in our Discord. We are taking Discord messages. We're looking at invites consistently. So even though invites is for one-time whitelist, we're looking for people to keep inviting. We're going to be looking at your contributions, and we're going to weight those contributions. We're going to, and the way we're weighting those contributions is that suppose someone does something really important, we're going to give 2 merit tokens, and that's going to be written to the blockchain on Solana. So it will be there. So we are looking for ways to reward in unique ways that will then allow you to participate later in ways. And then of course the Rocket token gets yield and so forth. So that covers it. Are there any other questions?
Not in Twitch.
Not in Twitch. I don't see any others in Discord. Let me just see. I am really sad that there's no guesses on my.
There's a ton of Easter eggs.
There's tons of Easter eggs. I mean, look, it's Spirit. It is almost Easter, so everyone's giving us Easter eggs. But okay, I guess.
I guess.
You know what?
Maybe you should say Easter egg.
No, I said that Easter egg is what a creator puts into a project that's an inside joke that's supposed to be subtle. But maybe it's so subtle. Maybe
if people are international, they may not know.
I know. I tried to explain it. What?
I'm trying to simplify.
it's a reference to real player, right?
Okay.
Like
No. I mean, the movies. Movies put Easter eggs all the time where they put something and they're like, it's a joke. All right, I'm gonna say it because I mean, honestly, I can't even believe my
No,
team didn't say it.
no, don't say it. Give it some time. Give it some time. It's fine.
But then it'll be
Oh,
no
wait, I got
fun.
another question.
Okay, no, but then would be no fun for me to explain it in person. Okay, can you?
All right.
Okay, high level how the no-code DeFi platform will work. Okay, good question. Thank you, Badger. So the way the no-code platform will work is that we are going to bring in a number of different protocols that are going to run on this engine, and the engine is going to manage the contracts. It's going to manage the multi-sig piece and all those elements. It's going to manage it's going to have what we call protection rails for investors. So for example, you can't input 100% sales tax into it. And look, there's a fine line here of us playing God and of us trying to protect the investor. And we're going to, in this case, favor to protect the investor. And I hope everyone understands that. So we'll have to figure out, and of course we will look for some input from the community, but we need to figure out like, is a maximum of say 70% or 80% sales tax fair for a project, or but we're definitely not going to allow 100%, right? So there's going to be some things that we're going to have to put in there that feels like a fair numbers, but we want to put in protections and no honeypots, none of these things where that you don't have to worry about those issues, and that's the beauty of this, where you can invest in the CollectiVerse without worrying about the risk. You can both build, but you can also invest. So and the nice thing is that you can actually build a planet and invest in another planet's project. So it's kind of a lot of fun here. What can be done in terms of basically what we're doing is we have our team right now focusing on version 1 of the entire framework. We are planning, and Hami, do you want to talk to the timelines here of what we're planning in terms of the time of what we're delivering in what period of time, and then I'll talk about the no-code DeFi from there.
Yeah, so basically with the Gantt and like what we have like so far, we're taking like beginning of May to be like for sure ready, right? Like I mean I think it can be done fast. Well, but that's really comfortable because then we got to test. Then also like we have some of the audits completely done, but then the whole system itself, the way it's set up too, it's not just one big contract, one big solidity contract, right? There's a lot of like components there. We prefer the smaller contracts with the proxy. Some are upgradables, some are not upgradable. Basically, the guideline here is like anything that is in direct contact with the users should not be upgradable. So it promotes like immutability and like basically it is what it is and nobody can affect it. So we have like the core of blockchain, which is like not having to rely on humans in a way that it's just immutability, right? So timeline wise, like, and I've been managing a lot of project developments throughout all these years, for the last 15 years and so 20 years. And it's the Gantt is there. We have a lot built up. We're connecting together. We have a front end already. We are just adjusting dashboard, doing some more Web3 connections there. So back end and then front end, it's like Vue.js 3. We have Tailwind for front end, and then we're basically there's some dashboard additional dashboards that needs to be built for the interaction with the token. And but yeah, so first week of May, about that. I mean,
That sounds
right?
good. Yeah, I would say I would say somewhere from May 5th to a few. Actually, no. Let's be honest here. Actually, so Hami's saying that's when we expect the product to be built by the end of this month, ready built, but
Right.
we want to get it audited. So we have. Hopefully, this doesn't affect the time, but we have 15 contracts for each planet. We have, obviously the staking and the claiming elements. We have the obviously the NFT treasury. All the contracts that relate to this will have to get audited. So hopefully we can expedite that with a very good auditor, and we're going to try to, again, build relationships within this framework so they could also somehow be beneficial within our CollectiVerse. But that's something I'm going to work on next. That's something I want to work on. I'm right now working on a KYC partner. Hopefully we can line that up soon. Mm-hmm. My hope is that we can then focus on an auditing partner. We already have Presale, who's been a phenomenal partner and in terms of investor protections and aligning ourselves with that. So we're trying to find partners that align with our vision. If you're listening to this AMA, we want you to, reach out to us.
Also we'll have a test net and we'll have a Git. So I think sometime a community one of the best auditing you can do is actually do test net and have people just step in and test it, right? Just and we do run tests as well, and then by opening the code to everybody and being on the test net and having the Git there, I think a lot of people can step in and help us point out any problematic contracts or so yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So basically, we're looking at that roughly by the end of this month, or early May, definitely having the product ready, and then it's a question of doing the audits. So I hope that helps. In terms of the no code, back to their question. So then from that point on, we are planning to implement the simple no code DeFi, which is just going to be a template, which will allow you to change sales taxes, will allow you to change a few numbers in terms of the way you think. You've got to change what percentage the planet receives, what rewards they receive, and APY and stuff like that. So we'll do some fun things there, so you'll get going. And then the real engine is going to be, and this is where we're really excited about some of our developers. They've already implemented protocols. They've already, so they're just going to be able to take some of the stuff they've already built and bring it in from, again, luckily, with this stuff's open source, bring it in and just run it on this platform, as opposed to just standing as its own standalone protocol project. It now ties into our platform and it runs. So we will be looking to build as many different protocols and capabilities as possible. I mean, there's also a version 3 eventually that we'll try to work on, but that's going to require some heavy duty building, and I'm not going to promise this anytime soon, where you eventually can let people just build from zero. We'll do our best to make that happen. If not, obviously what we'll do is that sort of goes to creators that are on our platform that show the ability of innovation and do it. We will provide grants. We'll let the community potentially seed invest into those projects, and because they will be considered trustful creators, and we feel like they can go outside the CollectiVerse and build on their own. They don't need anything there. But I think that's the opportunity here. You can first prove yourself within the CollectiVerse that you're a good patron, and then and you prove the talents, and you prove it to the community. So that's the beautiful thing here that I think I've been trying to also message to everybody here, is that we want to be a platform for makers, we want to be a platform for collaborators, we want a platform for other Web3 communities to shill themselves, so to speak. Go out there and tell us how we can help you make more money, how you can use us as a way to share your skills and share how much you have to offer, because we are providing that platform for you to do that. And it's not about, I think a lot of projects think about themselves in a lot of ways, like how they're structuring or they're thinking about. We want you all, for your contributions, to be rewarded for that, first within CollectiVerse, but also to be noted so that other people can find you and say this person is good, and then take that to the next project, to the next thing. So I hope I answered that. I think that covers everything. So Hami said that I shouldn't do the Easter egg, but then I feel like if I don't do it I think that covers all the questions. Sorry, I was looking. I think I should explain the Easter egg.
I mean, yeah, I don't even know what it is.
I know. Okay. All right. A little Easter egg. I mean, guys, you're thinking now I made such a big deal of it. So, have you guys ever? So, unfortunately, no one's gonna get a whitelist for this. Let me just take one more time. No Easter. Okay. So unfortunate. All right. I don't know if this is my humor. Sorry. Has anybody asked why a stable coin would be called Rocket, where it's not supposed to go anywhere? Come on. Does that make sense? Hami, what do you think? Why is Rocket? Why would you call our stable coin that's back not going to go change in price called Rocket? Why don't I call Verse Rocket? Did you ever ask that?
Never asked it.
No. Oh man,
That's
I'm
nonsense.
sorry. I feel like my Easter. I got to work on my Easter eggs. I got to work on my AMAs, video AMAs. I got to work on my Easter eggs.
I'm pretty sure it says it's pronounced AMA.
Yeah. Well, Buddha pronounces it MAM, and you pronounce it AMA. So no one can figure out how all this works anyway. All right, folks. Thank you for the opportunity to share with you. We will record that. We are recording this. We will share it. If people can create summaries, we will reward that as well, and from a contribution standpoint at least. And please help us grow our community. Help us find what you can do for us. I would say is help bring Web3 communities to us. Help bring influencers to us. Let's spread the word of what we're doing. And let's make a better, safer, stronger DeFi and NFT market together. And we're looking forward to the future altogether. All right, thank you so much, and we look forward to connecting with you in the Discord. And so Apollo signing off. Amen. All right, guys.